one last video about recording, because recording is also important. In order to record, it can all be done from the iPad here. It can be done to some extent from the Surface, but I'm not even going to bother trying to describe that because it's a little awkward, and it's just much simpler to control from the iPad. So that's what I'm going to show you. But the only thing the iPad cannot do is go back to the closet and turn on the capture software in the closet. And that has to be done because the capture, the audio, the digital audio is only available over this AVB network, this Ethernet cable that we have going between this Surface and the mixer back there. And also by FireWire, the computer back in there in the closet is connected to the mixer, so it also has access to all the digital audio, and that's where the recording is actually happening. So the long and short of that is that we actually have to walk. I think I'll turn these lights on. We actually have to walk back to the closet and turn on the capture software. So here we have the mixer itself and the AVB switch and that we have for connecting all these devices. And here's the old sound booth Mac Mini. So we'll hit return. And as usual, log into the sound profile, which we're already logged into in this case. So let me remove that, and let's pretend that capture is not already open. So in this case, I think it's best, even though we're not going to be using Universal Surface or UC Surface control from here, it's best to fire it up here on this device. And the reason is, if you bother to make this connection here first, then it will automatically get the channel names from here. Now here you look along the bottom, you can see that all the channel names are correct as we've configured them on the board. And so now if I run capture by pressing PreSonus Capture 2 down here, same as before, we run into this issue where it kind of, a lot of times it comes on automatically saying built-in output. I wish it wouldn't do that, but you have to make sure that PreSonus is selected, and you'll see the word Studio Live RM32AI under it after that. And after that you can hit New Session. Actually, the New Session button, you could even hit it on the iPad. At this point we could walk back to the booth and take everything from there and start up a new session there. So I'm wondering, should I show it to you here or should I show it to you there? Usually we'll want to be naming it here, and I think it might be simpler to name it here. So let's say I have a recording that I want to do on today's date, and I'll just say OK, and Capture now comes up with all of these channels labeled properly, and of course with everything armed as before. So I would request always go in here and just disarm them all and then manually arm the ones that you actually want to use. But we can also do that from the iPad fairly easily, but unfortunately at the iPad it's only going to show you the numbers of the channels. So you may want to be looking at the board while you do it. Actually, I'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and walk back. So now we're ready to start recording for today, and I will head back to the booth. Okay, so now that we're here, I'm going to show you how to do this on the iPad. Once we started up Capture back there at the board, remember there's that little triangle over there? First of all, let me exit this filter because that's distracting me that there's a filter on it right now. See that little triangle? If those buttons are not open, open it. And once you've fired up Capture, there will be a Capture button. Hit that, and then there's your record button. You can start to record, and here's all the things for arming. And I can see the names of them down here. I can see that there's Lamisha and Rose, and I can hit these and just start arming the different channels. And then when I'm ready to start recording, then I hit this and I'm recording. And this little lock happens, which is the same as the software was before, so they want to make it hard for you to accidentally stop recording if you don't mean to. So when it comes time to stop recording, you can hit the little stop button. And also the little plus here is for putting markers. So if you were recording the band, for example, and wanted to put a marker at the beginning of each song, you could just tap the plus sign. You know, or if there were different people up there talking and you wanted to sort of delineate those for the people that were processing the recording for later, you could hit those. So I can hit a plus, and then it puts a marker in there, and you can see it says number 1. I don't know if you can see it maybe. And then if I want to stop recording, I hit stop. Now I think to save it, I think I have to go back to the to the booth. I'm pretty sure. It may be that it saves it automatically from here, but you can see that I can do a new session or record now or open session. So that's cool that you have all these controls from back here.